and venir, which are both irregulars in the present tense. The verb venir means to arrive or to come. Yo vengo, tú vienes, él viene, nosotros venimos, y ellos vienen. You'll notice that this verb is a little different than our other verbs. Generally, we just take off the ending, and on the root we attach o, es, e, imos, and en. However, our root also has some changes. You'll notice that you have this ie change in the root, and we add go in the o form. Venir is unique in the sense that it carries prepositions such as de and a. De donde vienes means from where are you coming, or where are you coming from? And the response is vengo del supermercado, for example. I'm coming from the supermarket. Or you can use it with a donde vienes? To where are you arriving? Vengo al supermercado is I arrived at the supermarket. We also have a verb very similar to venir, that's tener. That one means to have. However, it's an ER verb, so you'll notice that that ER ending will show up in the nosotros form. So it's yo tengo, tú tienes, él tiene, nosotros tenemos, ellos tienen. So what makes these verbs so special? They're actually known as shoe verbs. And what a shoe verb does is it looks like a shoe when you draw a square around the inflectional endings and as well as the stem change. So if you're looking at tener, to have, tienes, tiene, and tienen all look very similar because they have a stem change in them. If you look at venir, vienes, viene, vienen, all look very similar because they have a stem change, meaning the root actually has a change in that IE, the E to IE. We also this is also called go verbs. So tener and venir are go verbs because the yo form has go in them. Yo tengo versus yo vengo as opposed to yo teno and yo veno, which would not make sense for Spanish speakers. So, tener is extra special because it's used with idiomatic expressions. An idiomatic expression essentially is a way to say something and it doesn't necessarily translate perfectly in English or Spanish. For example, tener frío means I'm cold, but if you were to literally translate tener frío, it would mean I have cold. So if we're looking at the picture, tener frío, we'd look at our little pingüino with his scarf and say, oh, él tiene frío. Tener calor means to be hot. So if we look at our pictures, we see that el perro is probably hot because he's breathing very hardly. Tengo hambre means I have hunger, but literally we would think of it as I'm hungry. So look at the panda in the picture. That panda tiene hambre. Tener suerte is when someone has good luck or good fortune. So if we look at the couple on the very right at the bottom, we see that ellos tienen suerte. Tener prisa is when someone's in a hurry. You'll notice that the cheetah is chasing a deer of some kind from, I don't know where it's from, but you'll notice that it's rushing, so it tiene prisa, it's trying to get away from its cazador. Tener sueño is to be tired, to be sleepy. So you look at the el osito in the middle, and he is very sleepy, tiene sueño. Tener miedo means to be afraid of something. And again, so that deer-like animal is running away from the cheetah, so therefore tiene miedo y prisa. Tener cuidado means to be careful, and that's when you're trying to, navigate a situation that's difficult, and you'll see the polar bear is trying to be very careful as he bridges the two ice caps. So, él tiene cuidado. Tener sed means to be thirsty. We could argue that the elephant that is right up at the river, tiene sed. Tener razón is to be right. In this case, we don't really have a perfect picture to describe that, but I'm sure Grumpy Cat thinks that he's always right, so tiene razón. And then finally, tengo que is probably the most useful expression you could learn from tener expressions. It means I have to do something. And we always coordinate it with an infinitive. So, tengo que escuchar música means I have to listen to music, otherwise I can't do my homework. Tengo que ir, I have to go. Tienes que hacer la tarea, you have to do the homework. So again, those are very useful expressions with tener. And that, my friends, is tener versus venir in Spanish. ¿Dónde está?